Ashkeepers Legacy is a real tabletop RPG show for adults who choose to never grow up. But that does mean our shenanigans may not be appropriate for younger viewers and listeners. From colorful words to emotional highs and lows to fart and phallic jokes, we will hit it all. So please enjoy responsibly, like coffee or beer or buying dice. Welcome to the show.
Welcome back, friends and fellow gamers, to Detention Gaming!
Woo!
This is episode 21 of our Dungeons & Dragons campaign, Ashkeepers Legacy.
Right, Shark.
Yep. If you enjoy our content, please subscribe with notifications, like this video, and share with a fellow adventurer. We greatly appreciate the support. Our content broadcasts weekly on Saturday mornings. You feel free to watch it live in the morning or the VOD after the video ends. At your viewing pleasure. There are no further announcements from what I can recall, so we're going to recap the events of last session and jump right back into our story. So, last time on Ashkeepers Legacy, our heroes reached Lilly's domain of delight in the Feywild, Lilly being Akhenaten's mother, Arch-Fey mother. The party talked to Lilly about Pan and his whereabouts, what's going on with the Fey court, and how best to help Tum with his lycanthropy. Had some serious talks amongst yourselves, which quickly divulged into drinking and fun. She promised to send word to your parents when asked by Vivian, and you were left to enjoy your company of each other and your Fey friends that you have not seen in a while. After many laughs and some streaking and kissing while playing Drink or Dare, the new variant of Truth or Drink, I believe, you all found your way to your respective spaces and found rest for the night after much adventure. And that is where we resume our story. So, I'm going to
spaces.
Respective spaces. Yes. It is. Oh. Ugh. The lights were like, nope. I cannot. You cannot do the thing you want to do, Dom. Connect, please.
They said go scratch.
But before morning,
Oh, fuck.
a few things happen.
What?
Whoa.
No,
Don't do that.
how
Nope.
about-
Don't. That was accidental.
How,
love it, car.
how about we
Yeah.
don't and we say we did?
Oh no, we're getting everything. Everything is about to happen.
Everything's...
You'll die! No. I'm just kidding.
Here's some
did-
character sheet.
We did fail our passives last.
all those characters we met last episode.
They're
Pick
dead.
one.
One of them right now.
Before the night gets much later, Tum, you have a knock on your door to your chamber.
Brown chicken, brown.
You see Orchid standing there.
Not brown chicken, brown.
Your sister.
This isn't flowers in the eye.
And she just looks at you with a bit of worry, but a smile on her face. And she signs to you. She's like, how are you holding up?
Been better, but definitely been worse.
She asks, she's like, can I come in?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she steps in and kind of like finds a seat and just kind of sits and kind of kicks her feet and looks back at you. And she's takes a moment and then kind of like collects her thoughts and then looks back at you. She's like, I don't blame you for what happened, you know.
I do.
It's kind of why I wanted to talk, because, you know, it was so scary last night knowing what was going to happen, and I was worried about you, and then learning that, you know, you gave your companions tools to put you down, in a sense, is scary. And I just feel like I kind of distanced myself from you after it happened. And you see she kind of begins to well up, with tears in the eyes, and she's just like, I just, you know, you were the rock of us. You were the one holding us together, and to see you fractured like this and not yourself, and you're not able to, like, party and drink and have a good time, and, like, I don't know, like, to just see you be so hard on yourself, it's like not fair. And I just wanted to tell you that it's not your fault, and I accept you as you are, and I don't think you need to change or be cured, or honestly, we come from pretty tough stock. And she just kind of smiles and looks back at you with, like, tears in her eyes, and she's like, we can overcome this. I overcame this. And she's signing very quickly, kind of nervous, and she's like, you can overcome it too. And knowing you, you'll probably become some kind of hero alongside all of your friends. And I want that for you, because I think you, again, I think you're just being really hard on yourself. And if there's anything I can do to help beyond saying that I forgive you, then I'm happy to do whatever else you need me to do to prove that to you. Because, yeah, I lost my voice. Okay, but I can still talk. I can still communicate. You didn't silence me, and I don't want this to silence you.
Tom just goes up, gives her a big old brother hug. I'm just kind of holding her.
She just kind of, like, hugs you back, and she hugs you, and, you know, she's, after what happened, very reactionary, like the trauma of it. She's kind of not super physical touchy after that, but the trust is there, and she hugs you close and buries her face in your chest and just kind of, like, holds you really close, and, like, she's crying at this point, like, full tears, and just kind of, like, looks up at you and just nods with understanding, and she just sighs, and she's like, is there anything else I can do to help with, so we can send you off on good terms? Mom's worried about you, everyone else is worried about you.
There's nothing anyone can help with at the moment. This is my fight. I have to get stronger to be efficient, and I'm going to still feel guilty for not being strong enough to protect my friends from myself.
And she just kind of nods and, like, scoots back a bit. And she's like, okay, but you also aren't alone.
If you can tell me how you can help me fight something literally in here, I'm more than happy to listen. But the problem isn't the transformation, it's the thing that comes with it, that gets unlocked with the transformation.
She just kind of, like, sits up, and she's like, okay, well, I'll start looking into that, whatever that is, and anything I can find, I'll reach out, and maybe I can brew some kind of tonic that can help you better control whatever that is, or maybe help separate that when you turn or something. We'll figure something out.
I know, it's gonna take time. It's gonna hurt until I figure it out. You can.
Okay. You can overcome anything.
It's just gonna be time and time.
Okay, as long as we're on the same page about it.
Get your. You're a smart one out of all of us. You got all the brains in the family. You'll figure it out. If anyone.
She just kind of smiles and looks back at you, and she's like, I won't sleep until I do.
No, you're going to sleep. You're going to get a nice rest. Because you know how it happens to that brain of yours when you don't sleep.
She just kind of like crinkles her nose and looks at you, and she's like, you're not Dad. You can't tell me what to do. And she kind of
I
nudges
can tell you what
back.
to do.
I'm
You
gonna
don't
stay
have
up all
to.
night.
You don't have to listen to me.
She's like, I'm gonna stay up all night, every night, until I find either a cure or some kind of thing to help you better control it. And yeah,
I'll make sure Juniper makes sure you get some sleep.
Juniper isn't doing shit. She's too busy making out with Caspian.
Speaking of making out,
No. And she just kind of like sits back. She's like, what?
I need some help just a little messing with a certain guy who's just our sister.
Oh, yeah. Okay. What do you have in mind?
I don't know yet, but I know you can do up something funny.
She just kind of like pats like her side satchel that's like full of different vials of like toxins and different things, and she's like, I mean, I don't want to kill anybody.
Embarrass him. That's about it. That's the worst.
Laxative.
Oh my god.
Just like kind of nods and is like, I could be persuaded to help you with a prank of sorts.
Did she bleach her hair yet?
At this point, because it's the end of the night, she's not bleached it yet, but she will. Or at least you assume she will. But she looks back, she's like, I mean, yeah, it's a practical prank. What do I get out of it, though? I'm not totally against Armand and Hibiscus.
To be fair, currently one of the better ones that she has.
Mm-hmm.
So I have also seen what she does when she's very displeased with the person.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of his funeral. Things got a
funeral-
little dicey last night.
Fear would be a kindness when I've seen her do to people verbally.
Yeah, she's definitely inherited Dad's rage for sure.
And mom's brains and sharp tongue.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is gonna be great.
But not to be too distracted for the reasons of why I came here. But I just want you to know that we're good.
Mm-hmm.
And that there's nothing wrong with you, even though you think there's something wrong with you and you think you need to be stronger or better or whatever macho excuse there is for.
It's not a macho issue. You know I need to be better and stronger, so I don't kill anybody. Because everything I've lost control so far, I've hurt someone close to me.
Okay, fair, but maybe if you were like, you know, in a room full of enemies and then you were able to do
Yes,
your
that would-
thing, that would be really cool.
I'm not disagreeing with that. As I said, if I have some control over it, and it just says that your arm shifts slightly,
Mm-hmm.
and then that's once it's slightly, it's like here's almost like here's something, you just stop it. Mostly.
See, she kind of like looks back a little worried when you do that, and then she kind of nods. She's like, "Oh, okay," and then she kind of like relaxes again. She's like, "Okay, I love you, big bro."
I love you, let's just make sure keep things interesting.
She just kind of smiles, like, "Of course, always. Get some sleep."
Take your own advice.
She kind of goes and sets a vial on the side of. I imagine there's like a little wooden table in your room.
Mhm.
She's like, "That will help." And she goes and walks out. And it's like a little potion vial, corked. And there's like liquid inside of it. It's kind of glowing faintly. Looks like some kind of like extract of some kind of plant or something. You're not quite sure.
That's what brings us. So I'm gonna try to get some sleep naturally first. If that doesn't help,
Okay.
if that doesn't, yeah, if you can't fall asleep naturally, he'll definitely, yeah,
Okay. Yeah, it's just a simple tonic that will help him fall asleep
yeah,
faster.
Melatonin.
Yeah.
Valerian fruit.
Yep.
Milk of a puppy.
Puppy.
Drugs.
Drugs. Hey, drugs. All right. So, let's see. The night continues. Armand.
Oh.
I'm sleeping out in the pasture grass, my guy.
Mm-hmm.
Wrapped in a cloak.
As you're asleep,
Brown.
you hear footsteps approach.
Oh, it better not
Didn't
be
even
the
think
goblin
about
girl.
that.
You better what?
It better not be the goblin girl.
Do it.
Brown chicken, brown.
Okay. Perception check, maybe?
No, you're asleep.
Go ahead and make a perception
you
check
said
with
I-
disadvantage
You
because
said
you are
I heard-
asleep.
Yes, I heard footsteps.
You did
coming
hear
out.
footsteps.
That's not.
It's not out of the ordinary. There are other people about the glen.
They're the same either way. 5.
Okay. You eventually smell the scent of like sweet flowers, and then you're stirred awake by someone.
That doesn't mean it's not the goblin.
She smells great too.
Exactly.
They're all fey. They smell great.
You don't need deodorant.
You see Hibiscus. Hibiscus. She's currently kind of like sitting next to you as you were drooling and sleeping on your foot.
Drool.
Or
How did you know? You're asleep.
You were drunk. You were drunk. You were
Roll
passed
the
out.
drool.
But you wake up and your head is pounding, but you see her there and you see the beautiful starscape above as you're sitting out in this meadow. And she's like, "Want to talk? Or are you trying to sleep?"
I was sleeping, but talking can be good.
Don't lie to me, Armand.
I mean, sleep is better, but
Mm-hmm. We can talk in the morning.
nope, I'm already awake. And I sit up and I kind of like crack my neck and I'm like, hi.
She kind of scooches away, gives you some space, but not too far. She's holding the flower that you gave her still.
Mm.
And she's like, "I'm just a little confused about what happened. And I know we were all drinking and having a good time, but unlike others, I'm a little less loose with just kissing anybody, and you're not just somebody. So I just wanted to figure out what that meant to you so I can sleep tonight. Because I tried falling asleep and that didn't work.
That is fair. The dare was to kiss the most beautiful, or the person I thought was the most beautiful.
She just kind of blinks and looks back at you.
If I did not want to do it, I could have drank, and I didn't. And if it eases your mind of how seriously I took it and take it, that was my first kiss that mattered. Well, first kiss ever, but I believe that kisses matter.
She kind of like scrunches up and puts her head on her arms on her knees, and she's just like looking back, thinking about what you're saying. She kind of smiles a little bit, and she's like, "That was your first kiss?"
Mm-hmm.
And she just looks back and she's like,
And I know that I was drinking, but I would kiss you sober.
she's like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Put me in an interesting spot, Armand.
How so?
Well, Tum's super defensive for one.
As all
Juniper
big
might
brothers are.
suplex you into a tree.
As all big sisters will.
Orchid's probably gonna poison you.
That is fair.
Lily's probably gonna cocoon you and make a statue or pinata out of you.
That
And
is
my dad, I mean, it's been nice knowing him. But honestly,
If it helps, my mothers will love you.
she just kind of like, she's like, oh. I mean, that's good, right?
Mhm.
You want me to meet your moms?
I mean, you've met them once or twice already.
I mean, yeah. We all grew up together and we went to the Grove a few times, and I mean, they're also kind of scary too.
Mm-hmm.
But like, are we gonna like, what are we doing? I'm confused.
Well, I now have responsibilities to uphold, so I may not see you as often as I personally would maybe like.
Yeah, but I could go out of my way to visit more
Yeah.
if I were so inclined.
I would like it if you were so inclined.
She just kind of looks at you.
And
It's very bold of you.
this can be whatever it is you want it to be. I'm not saying that I will not take this seriously, because I will, and I do. But whatever you're comfortable with, I am also comfortable with. And there is no...
So you're not big on labels,
It's not that.
okay?
I will not pressure you into anything.
I appreciate that. I think it will help me though if we put a label on it.
Okay.
So I'm just curious on what this is.
Mi mama, Pilar,
Mm-hmm.
she would probably call it courting.
It's quite the word used in the Feywild.
I don't know Fae customs all that well.
Mm-hmm. Go on.
Well, courting, from my understanding, is when one pursues another with interest.
Yeah, I know the definition.
I just...
So you're pursuing me, is what you're saying.
with interest. I will admit, I've had crushes on other girls and women, just to be frank.
Okay.
I have always admired you. I thought you resilient and smart and witty. And those qualities only get amplified by how well, they only amplify your beauty.
Go on.
I am interested in you, yes. And if you are not interested in me, that is fine. I am a big boy.
It's not that I'm not interested, it's just that I'm trying to... Favors and deals and everything about being Fae is a lot. Making promises. We don't.
You don't have to promise me anything. I would just like to enjoy your company. And
Go ahead.
occasionally, if you want to kiss me, then you can kiss me, but that is up to you.
She kind of nods and like smiles a bit and thinks about it, long and hard, and she looks back at you. Go ahead and make a persuasion check for me.
Oh, I'm gonna suck. 13? No, persuasion.
Mm-hmm.
Inspiration.
Oh shit!
It wasn't. It would have been. It was a 10, so it would have been an 11 for persuasion.
Okay.
Oh my god!
Persuasion.
Ooh, 17. That's better.
Okay.
She threw that thing.
Can you, in the game log, can you message saying you use 1 point of inspiration, please?
Yeah, I'll write it in my notes too as well.
Thank you. Yeah, if someone could do that, that
I
would be
got
helpful. She looks back and she's like, okay, all right, you know what? And she stands up and she holds out her hand towards you, looking down at you. She's like, let's see where this goes.
Is she helping me up?
Yeah.
Okay.
She like pulls you to your feet, and you see the.
How tall is she?
She's, I think, fairly average Fae height. I don't know, humanoid height. She's a lithe kind of dancer build. She's yeah, it doesn't really depict exactly how tall she is. I don't know, like 5 something, 5 foot something.
Lily about well, Lily was
Yeah.
4'10", Pandra short side 5'6". She's probably somewhere between 4'10" and 5 feet. So short.
Shorter.
So she's
Yeah, she's shorter.
Oh, I
than
tower
you.
over her.
Yeah, you do.
Hello.
But you see her standing there dressed in the same gown that she was wearing before, and she has dark purple and red hair, and she's just kind of standing there, and you see her eyes in the starlight and the moonlight, and this is like, the domain itself is just a romantic getaway, really, in nature, because it's full of nymphs. It just kind of happens. But you see, there are these small fairies that are dancing along, skimming across the water, and there's fairy dust being like coated across the meadows and the waterways and through the trees, and it's just kind of refracting the starlight above, and the starscape of the Feywild is iridescent. You see like the belts of galaxies and things, and time is very weird here. It's all very colorful, and you're just standing under the stars together, and she looks at you and she's like, I kind of want to see where this goes, if I'm being honest. Courting is a label we can use for now. It's a very serious label to use here, I will say.
I take it seriously.
You say that, and she's like, okay. She takes off a necklace from around her neck, and she opens it, and it's just like a small little carved wooden box. And as it opens, you see a small dancer begin to move, and there's like a little tune, music that comes out of this, like a little music locket that she sets down nearby. And she's holding your hand and she kind of steps out very formally, preparing to dance.
I like take a step back, but to bow formally and like ask like.
Okay. She takes your hand, a bit surprised, and lets you take the lead. So go ahead and make a performance check.
Ah, fuck.
I'm gonna suck.
It's okay, he's got his directions.
12.
12.
How many left feet does your mom have?
12.
You and I both the same thing.
Places!
Because Angel did that, I did this.
Double!
You start off the dance. It's a bit rocky at first.
I've never done this
Does
before.
Armand dance? Has he danced?
I feel like the last time he's like actually kind of danced was probably just like with his like one of his moms at like parties.
Okay, cool.
So just kind of like little like boys dancing with their moms.
Yeah,
He's never danced with a girl.
right.
Girl.
And she by nature is a dancer.
Okay.
So she kind of like smiles and laughs and kind of giggles as you
I
are
feel like
kind
you're
of
gonna
getting
have
a
to give
rhythm.
me a lot of lessons.
She's like, yeah, probably. But at least you're trying, and that shows a good start. And as you just kind of sway under the stars and moonlight, she takes your hand and keeps following your lead. And the locket keeps playing the music. And it's just this kind of quiet, nice, slow rhythm to it. It's nothing crazy, nothing very extravagant, but it's a nice moment that you and her share, just kind of like dancing around in this meadow together. And eventually the locket kind of ticks its last and the music stops playing. And she just kind of smiles and looks back towards you. Expectingly.
I'm
Back her
gonna.
up.
No, I'm like. I feel like even like with like the setting and like how beautiful it is, I feel like I haven't taken like my eye off of her for a second.
Mm-hmm.
I sing it, and very softly I go, "May I kiss you?"
She looks back as well. Yes, you.
I kiss her.
You kiss, and she again you kiss, and she holds it, and you think the kiss is done, but then she keeps kissing you,
Ooh, okay.
and then stops, and kind of pull back and just gaze into each other's eyes,
Oh,
and
there's plural. There's multiple
Plural.
eyes.
There's multiple eyes, yeah. She's like, I'll come visit as soon as I can.
I look forward to it.
Stay out of trouble.
With your brother, I will do my best.
Are we gonna keep this between us? Or should we just let everybody know and weather the storm to come?
I'm not one for secrets.
Cool. I didn't really care much what anybody else thought anyway, so.
Good.
Sleep well.
Me too.
And she goes over and picks up the locket and places it in your hand. And then walks away.
Is it still on like a chain?
Yeah, it's like a necklace, so it can be worn.
Immediately I put it around my neck and I like tuck it underneath the shirt so it's safe. And I like
And she kind of struts away and just kind of waves at you, and then goes walking off into the.
I wait
nearby
until I
line.
can't see her anymore and then I'm just like
Okay.
and I'm like, fuck, now I gotta talk to Pam.
You will at some point, technically.
You will.
Eventually.
All right, and with that, everyone finds restful sleep for the night, and we awaken to a new day in the Fable.
It's a new dawn.
It's a new day.
It's a new life.
Everyone gathers for breakfast as
Everyone say thoughts and prayers for our mom.
Oh.
As eventually you all gather, and it is just the four of you sitting at the table. A few familiar faces walking around, a few people who stayed out a little bit later, kind of an all-nighter. Eventually Ariadne joins you all, and Vizar joins you as well.
What were they doing?
Exactly.
Oh my god, perception check. Inside on my brother!
Oh shit.
Oh shit, why did
Actually-
Oh! 22, motherfucker.
On
17. Yes.
Just the two of them together.
who? Oh, okay.
Fuck, I got a 6.
A 6. Okay.
You got a 16.
17.
17.
Did they, when they walked out, we're together?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
You see Ariadne comes in very tired. Looks like she did not get much sleep, but she
Damn girl.
looks happy
Yeah,
Oh, damn
as
girl.
she's sitting there enjoying her food. You see Vizar comes walking in, and he's a mess of head. Like, his hair's all messed up. There's like leaves and twigs and shit in his hair. And he comes walking in a bit grumpy, also looking like he's lacking sleep. But he looks around to all of you, and you all are staring. It seems like they both had eventful nights.
Were they together?
I mean, you
Inside
don't know.
16.
16.
Oof. Oh, fuck it, I'm gonna go for big. 17.
Okay.
13.
Hang on.
And it's her twin brother.
18.
I'll give you advantage.
Twinsies
18.
advantage.
17.
18.
I will say, not together. They both seem to arrive separately from some other things. And at Conatum, you catch a familiar scent of a nymph that you know. You can't recollect the name in the moment, but you remember the last time that he was here with you, they kind of had a connection. So you catch her scent on him, and Ariadne has a few scents on her.
I can't wait to tell Melly.
Tim just goes to Bizarre.
He's like, what is that?
Knuckle bump.
Oh.
Good job, nerd.
He's just like, what are you talking about? Ah! Smack you. Ow! What is that for?
You know. Did you?
No.
Vivian, it's not like your ass.
You see his
You're a
tail.
liar.
His tail gives a dead tail giveaway. He kind of like flicks like a cat almost. It's like,
You lie like shit. Is this the first time?
Stop asking questions! You see like the arcane in his eyes stirs a bit.
Pan just reaches over.
$1 in the jar.
Yes!
Finally!
Finally!
Tom just reaches over and cuffs Vivian. Not like your ass.
It's my brother.
Still, I don't ask my sister who they've been with.
Maybe you should.
You okay, Boss?
Oh, I'm great.
Mm-hmm.
We need to have a talk later.
You okay? You're not supposed to. Mm-hmm.
Glad to see you
I'm
back
just
to normal.
happy you had fun. Genuine. Yay.
Attaboy.
Just kind of looks over at you. He's like, since we're putting on each other on the spot, saw some dancing happening last night. Looks back at you, Armand.
And? Yes.
I'm just eating.
Just saying.
Since we're,
It's cool to see.
Armand doesn't dance.
I don't. I'm horrible. But I'm learning.
With the new teacher.
I stop eating. And I'm not like making any like big movements, but I've stopped eating so that I can listen better.
You can't listen and eat at the same time.
You're not having the brain power to show in the morning.
The food's too distracting.
Yeah.
It's
like- It's not mine to share. Just was out late last night and saw something and
Out late doing what?
stop.
It's
I'm
not.
trying to deflect. Stop making it about me, please.
Established.
I know, I just like to tease him.
He ignites flame and with a scale in his hands.
This is not our house.
Good point. Lots of plants. He holds the scale and the fire kind of chokes itself out and turns the smoke in his hand.
I haven't seen you this fiery ever.
You seem like more yourself this morning.
He lost his virginity last night. It's a big deal.
Armand! He like picks up food and throws it in your direction.
Do I need to make a check to like that?
I mean, he'll roll an attack roll.
It was
Does a
warranted.
13 hit your AC?
No.
Okay, so he throws food and it misses you. You dodge out of the way.
Please let it hit someone. Oh my god,
I mean,
the
it will hit
goblin
the
girl.
It misses you, impacts the wall.
Is Trixie.
Yeah.
Okay, don't end.
I know where you live. Okay.
Do you remember who lives in that house?
Yeah. Do they know you were dancing under the starlight?
No,
Hmm.
but they'd probably be happy.
Which ones?
One more than the other.
Just a reminder, whatever you do to my sister, I'm doing to yours.
The difference here is that your sister's interested.
Suddenly, we're not the dramatic ones.
I just like drop my spoon. I'm like, oh.
But if it makes you feel any better, I take her very seriously.
You better. You don't want to end up with the last guy.
What happened to the last guy?
I have never seen someone get so verbally dismembered. It was beautiful. I could see his soul leave his body. It was glorious.
Good to know.
I'll pour one out for them.
Poor bastard.
I think before Juniper got to him.
That will not be me.
It better not. I look. Mr. Warren, I don't gotta play big brother for my sisters. I've taught them how to fight. I just met my parents. They're more than capable of dealing with their own problems.
I'm aware.
Go back to eating. Like, this is scary.
So when do we get to head out?
Bizarre's like,
Soon, hopefully.
I think we're just waiting for the escort to take us back to the prime material at this point. You see Ariadne is like, wait. Let's back it up a little bit. Kind of heard everybody's things tonight. There's this awkward tension between you two and points at Vivian and Adora. It's like, I feel like I've been picking up on something here. I don't know.
Lady, we all have.
They're not subtle.
No.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Okay.
I have an aunt who's a writer, and some of her books are better and more so than these two.
What did I tell you about thinking very carefully about what you say?
That was.
It's like, I don't mean to like put you on the spot or anything.
Yes,
But
you do.
I know. Let's be honest, I do. But
Keep doing it. It's great.
I'm just curious.
I just look at Vivian.
You expressed quite a bit of concern when Adora was not doing so great in the infirmary.
Yeah. And?
Life's short. Things happen.
Things do happen.
Are they making eyes?
I'm just looking at Vivian.
I mean, she's looking back at her and just
Sips tea.
unsure of what to do. Like,
Tom pulls out a small black book and just says,
what are you doing?
"I'm in your business."
What?
She asked you a question.
What was the question again?
There's like some awkward tension between you both, and I'm just trying to get a grasp at like what's going on, because you seem very concerned about Adora when Adora was like in the infirmary, and you seem like you are willing to do anything to help her get back to being 100%.
There's history.
Okay.
Okay, so like, you know, that doesn't just go away.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And when in the Feywild.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What happens in the Feywild stays in the Feywild.
No, it does not.
She looks back, she's like, I certainly hope not.
Where were you last night?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Oh, funny.
3, 4.
Whoa, what? Merv? Hey, keep your nose to yourself.
Keep your sense to yourself.
She just looks back. She's like, I don't know.
Why am I the only one getting grilled?
No, I'm grilling the both of you right now.
Because this one's smart and keeps her mouth shut. Except for Snitch. You didn't freak out yesterday. Which makes me conclude.
I just lean over to Tom and I go, she saw the scars.
Okay.
Before-
Oh, you guys got that far, huh?
She saw the scars. I didn't tell her.
Mhm.
But she saw the scars. And then I told her. We grew up together. So then I just go back to eating.
Ariadne's like, okay, fine, keep your secrets. Boring.
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 That just sounds like Melly.
I love Ariadne so much.
And you see Vazar is just kind of like sitting there eating his food, glad that the attention is now off of him. Lilly eventually comes down. And she's kind of in like this mourning gown, and you see like
Are the sisters still sleeping?
they're just not present. You think they're up maybe around doing other things, but they're not present at this morning meal. But it's weird because it's still nighttime outside. You slept a full 8 hours, but it's still night. And she comes down just to check on you all. She's like, Sylvana and Elandor are on their way. So your escort is coming to take you back home. I've sent out messengers to your parents.
I stop eating.
Both of them?
And I cling. My stuff clings.
All of them, as I was requested to do so by Vivian.
Oh, thanks.
Both?
I just
you-
look up at Vivian and
You
my
just
face is like
Both?
white.
Both?
All your parents. I have not received a single response yet.
I mean, it's only been a
From
day.
my,
Both?
from my parents?
Your father, Tom.
You had her?
I can't get a hold of your father
Tell
on a
her.
normal day.
Our parents?
They're in charge of the grove if it's
My mom
something
would find
serious.
Mom would find out either way because she's there, but Mama,
Mm-hmm.
My mom's?
Yes.
you've brought that wrath upon us.
Zars looks over and is like, he like scoots over, away from you.
I'll tell her bitches to get funerals I'm going.
They need to know.
They didn't need to know.
Why?
Yeah. Oh, so my parents are the only one who needs to know.
Yes. It was Faye-ish.
They've all
it's
done with
been-
this shit.
It's dangerous. You
I-
heard Lily?
I can't. And I like get up from the table and I like walk.
Ooh, okay. Lily kind of like goes to stop you and then doesn't, and then you just keep going and looks back and was like, sorry, I thought everything was okay.
It should
Maybe
be
we
an
should have
issue.
done truth and drink last night.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Senora Lilly, actually, and I stand up.
Yeah.
Oh god. As I am soon to be murdered. By one of my mothers, if not both at the same time.
I would certainly hope not.
It's fine, it's my own funeral. I am formally courting your daughter, Hibiscus, and I would like your blessing. That's also your funeral.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh shit. Inspiration.
Okay, can we mark that? You're using it again. Also, I totally realized.
Inspiration.
Oh, you're using that last one? Okay.
We're not one to this.
Oh god. I think you want to give me the help action here.
Nope.
This is all you.
Come on, Jesus. Okay, thank you, Jesus. Dirty 20.
She's like 47.
Looks at you.
She is okay.
It's a very serious thing.
I just want to give up the risks.
I'm sweating.
She just lets you suffer in this silence between the both of you.
Oh.
And then she thinks for a moment and just kind of nods and goes, at the end of the day, it is Hibiscus's choice. I want nothing more than her happiness. However, I cannot give you my blessing. That is something you will need to earn,
I fully intend to do so.
and I must speak with her father about this. And you must gain his blessing as well.
As is expected. And understood.
I will say, I will come to an answer in time. So when that time comes, ask me again. If you are so inclined.
You're out of inspirations.
I know.
Okay. What were you rolling for?
Insight.
Oh, okay. What'd you get?
8.
Very hard to read. She seems very defensive, but
But
only as defensive as a mother should.
I feel like I know like what she's implying.
Mm-hmm. She looks towards you and she's like, as a token of goodwill, I would accept a favor from you. To be called upon in a time of my choosing to help me with something not known now. We can say that this is like a sort of favor of surprise, if you will.
And I slightly bow my head. You have my word, Senora Liliana.
And she just looks towards you with a smile, and you feel this kind of, as you speak those words, the air around you just kind of whooshes up a bit, and there's this almost like taste in the back of your tongue, like this aftertaste of like some magic. And you kind of feel this like arcane fate residue kind of resonate around you as the words solidify. And she smiles and goes, well, I wish you all the luck in the world. We will revisit this. You'll have to forgive my hesitation.
No, there's nothing to forgive. The hesitation is understood.
All nymphs fall under my jurisdiction with my domain and claim and title. but my daughters come before them all. And she just kind of looks at you. That said, you are who you are, and had you been someone else, you may not be where... You may not be getting off as scot-free as some other poor soul. She just grins with a fey smile. Safe travels, Armand.
Thank you.
She looks back. She's like, no, thank you for your honesty and boldness. It's much appreciated. The number of times I've had to deal with slick fae trying to work their way around and court my daughters. I don't know why you're laughing, Akonito. The number of times I've had to thwart away nymphs under my jurisdiction who are trying to ask for your hand in marriage. It's exhausting.
Tom married. Oh, but I'm not there. I'm missing all of this.
Yes, you are.
But she looks back and just kind of smiles at the lot of you, and she goes, I believe your escort will be arriving soon, so you should collect your things and don't forget to say goodbye.
Hug.
Yeah. Hugs you, and she goes back, and you see what looks like this large kind of bird of paradise kind of comes like walking into the room wearing monocles and just begins speaking to her and pulls her away, and she starts speaking to some other fae, and you can tell that there's something urgent going on that needs her attention. She's pulled away from the rest of you. So you've walked off, and that leaves the three of you plus Vizar and Ariadne.
Well, I'm not dead.
Yet. I will let you know this. My mom has been on record saying she can either control hibiscus or be a summer lady. So you might not have to worry about her blessing.
Noted.
I go in my run and find Adora.
Okay. Go ahead and make a...
Not like that!
Mm-hmm.
What happens in the Feywild stays in the
No, it
Feywild.
does not!
Dora's pissed.
Yeah. Where did Adora go?
I think she just like stalked off into the glen till she found some sort of water feature and like, was just standing at it.
And there's various ponds and lagoons and streams going through the glen. Okay. I'd say you find her easy enough, kind of standing out there. There are other people walking around going about their business, but they're giving you some distance. They're kind of feeling the
Vibe
presence.
off. Vibe off.
the
Stand.
vibe. Yeah.
Slowly approach. Hey, I'm sorry. Are you okay?
No, I'm not okay.
What's going on?
I left, Vivian. I didn't tell them where I was going. And now they know where I am.
This was kind of bigger than that. You heard Lilly?
Bigger than the death of my sister. In my fault.
I'm not trying to downplay that, but this is potentially the Grove. And right now, we're still training.
My moms are never gonna forgive me.
I don't believe that. I've met them.
They lost a child.
You lost a sister.
And it's my fault she's gone.
I don't think so.
I know so.
Will you tell me what happened?
I like mull over the question. I was so angry at you that day. On the beach. After everything was said and done. I came home and Sandra was there and she could tell that I was just devastated. And then something switched in me. The pain turned to anger, turned to power, and I got reckless. I got so reckless, and I wanted to hurt something, to kill something. So she suggested we went on a hunt, and I agreed. So we went out and we were hunting, and we came across something we thought we could handle. And we couldn't. It was a hydra. Full hydra. And 1 minute she was there, and the next she had been swallowed up whole by this monster, and I was next. And if my moms hadn't found us, found me, I wouldn't be here right now. But she would have never been out there if I hadn't suggested we go on a monster hunt.
It's not your fault.
It absolutely is. And I will live with the image of her disappearing into that hydra's mouth for the rest of my life. My baby sister. She's gone.
She has tears and guilt all over her face.
I couldn't face them. I couldn't face Talos. So I ran. And I ran. And I did what I had to do to leave Theros, and I ended up at the Grove. And you know the rest.
They might not come. Lilly might tell them she might have it under control, but I didn't want to risk them not knowing. I didn't know that. I didn't know.
You didn't have to tell all the parents. You didn't need to bring my moms into this. They're already hurting and dealing with so much. I get why you did it. But you didn't have to.
I felt like I did. And I didn't know. I didn't kill your brother. Had I known, I wouldn't have brought them involved.
It's too late for that now.
Yeah. Sorry. And then she heads off.
Can I stay by the water?
Okay. So you'll part ways. Back inside, Armand and Tum, the Tsar and Ariadne are waiting, and eventually you hear the footsteps and you see Sylvana comes walking up with her quiver on her back, her bow, and fletching the bird of prey on her shoulder, the owl, and you see following the large, not snow leopard, but now more normal leopard coloration, wild shape of Elandor, her husband. And you see he comes up with concern and sees you all sitting there. See Sylvana's like, is everyone all right?
Been better, but definitely been worse.
She comes over and she's like, where's Dora and Vivian?
They ran off somewhere.
Oh, right, okay. She looks and see Elandor's like, I'll find them. And he just kind of turns back and goes back down the staircase, scampering down in his wild shape. And she looks to the two of you and she's like, I heard the message from Lilly that you all had come here. And I spoke with Evangeline before in the middle of the night. I saw you and I saw the two of you that night when I returned from the hunt, going home after you had left your post, what? She explained portions of what had happened, key details, but
We are fine. We had a small incident, but we're fine.
just kind of looks so concerned. She's like, right. Well, once we...
And Vivian is fine.
Good. I would hope so. She had said that you were all fine, safe. Just circumstances that led to you having to go to the Feywild.
It was a
quite
storm that
concerning.
we had to wait out, and that's all. It was a bit dangerous.
Dora had a vision. We thought, what it sounded like, we need to get the higher ups involved, but like the higher, like our parents higher ups. And thought, well, my dad was the closest, only because, well, I didn't want to go, wait, Yolanda, because I could already smell ozone in the air.
Right. I spoke to your mother before I left. She's expecting you at home.
Haha. Okay.
And I assume there was no luck with your father?
Nope, well, obviously not. We,
None of his fathers, apparently, because there's more than one.
She kind of squints her eyes and then thinks and then remembers, and she's like, oh, right. Yes, well, from what I hear of your parents, everyone's keeping quite busy these days, so don't take it personally. It's not that they don't care, there are other things other things going on that need their utmost attention at the moment. I'm sure he'll check in as soon as he can, along with Pilar. I've not heard back from Pilar yet.
I, choke on my spit. Uh-huh.
she's gonna kill him.
I can't hear you.
I know.
Do I even want to know?
Punch to face.
It's fine.
Did something happen?
No.
You remember Pilar was in the night too?
Mm-hmm.
He very much wanted to be like his mother.
She doesn't know.
I've noticed. I would assume that you had told your family what had happened to you since that happened
That's right.
days ago.
I mean, my mom knows. My mom does not.
It's-
And who gets to break that news?
Me.
Hopefully.
You will always have an extra bunk in the barracks.
If you survive this.
It's fine.
It's good to not keep things, though. Secrets can be dangerous. Even something as meager as that. And she just kind of looks back and waits. There's still a bit of concern, but she's been reassured at this point. She kind of finds a seat, and she lived a good duration of her long elf life in the Feywild, so she's not uncomfortable in this space. Cutting back to outside, I'm gonna roll to see who. So Adora, you're standing out by the water, and you eventually hear footsteps walking back up, but they're a bit larger. And you look over your shoulder and see the large printed pattern of a leopard walking towards you, and you see it's the same as Alandor's snow leopard wild shape, just different coloration. Large paws, very big, exaggerated, feline, wild shape features, and looks over to you and goes, Adora, do you know where Vivian is? Sylvana and I have come to escort you all home.
When I look at Alandor, I've been crying, but I don't even think I've realized I've been crying. There's just tears down my face. She was just here. I think she went back inside.
He just kind of looks and turns the leopard-like head to the side. Just oh, child, what troubles you? And just comes closer, sits down next to you on the bank of this body of water.
And I quickly wipe my face because I'm aware of it now. I go, I think my moms might come, and I'm not sure they want to see me.
Oh, why is that?
Didn't really leave on the best of terms with them.
Well,
Even if that were the case, you are still their child. They, without a doubt, would still care for you. I assume they miss you. How long has it been since you've seen them?
A while.
You did not end on good terms? What was it, some family squabble? That happens in every family.
I wish this was that. I like pick up a little rock, like out of habit, like as if it was my sending stone, and like mull it around in my hand for a second, knowing that it's not the same thing, and then like skip it across the pond.
He just kind of watches it. Just skips across, and he's like, so easy that one stone could change the course of a raging river. And he just looks out towards the water and looks back at you. Sometimes the most meager and simplest acts can divert the most powerful force of nature. Or I should say one of. He just looks back at you with the feline eyes. I'm not your mother's, but I've lived a long time and walked under many a tree and turned over many a stone. I'm here to listen, should you need.
Thank you.
Of course.
We should find Vivian.
Just kind of nods and goes, if that is what you want. Goes and just stands up and begins to prowl kind of behind you, looking out, and kind of sniffs the air and looks around. Where did Vivian run off to?
I don't know. I think she might have tried to go back to the wherever everyone was gathering and kind of strayed a little bit. Just kind of not feeling too hot.
Okay.
Not one to have emotions in front of others.
Yeah. So you kind of find some space, and eventually, once you've collected yourself, you return and you see Akhenaton, Ariadne, Armand, and your grandmother, Sylvana, who are sitting there. You see she stands up and like runs over and hugs you, and she's like, are you alright?
Yeah.
What? I heard what had happened. We're here to take you back home when it's safe. Not that this isn't safe, of course, but Lilly expressed concern about how you may have attracted the unwanted attention of some fae.
Yeah.
She looks at you. Just make an insight check on you.
Wait, where's my deception?
Let's root for Grandma.
Grandma.
17.
17. She looks to you and she's like, is everything alright?
Yeah, it's fine. Just ready to go home.
Okay. We can talk at home then, because I can tell you're not alright.
Grandma, it's fine.
You are far from fine, child. And she looks back and at the rest of you, she goes, collect your things, we'll be on our way. And eventually you hear the leaping and bounding as you see Elandor hop up in his leopard form, and shortly after, Adora following suit.
One moment, and I leave to go find Hibiscus.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation or perception check for
Tell me
me.
Josh is gonna get up and go, hi, just goodbye.
Investigation's not great. 11.
11. You eventually find her. You see her just walking through the halls, and there's a bit of a jaunt in her step, but she's talking to some other nymphs and other fae creatures, and she kind of stops and sees you, and she's like, oh, hi.
We are leaving soon, so I wanted to say goodbye.
She just kind of looks back at the group. She's trying to, she's like, sorry, guys, excuse me.
I
But
wave. Come
and
on.
you see some of them kind of wave and nod. Some of them kind of giggle and they shove each other out the door. And they're into the other room. But she stands there. You're following suit. You kind of turn the hallway and see them talking. Do you want to approach stealthily? Or
No,
just
we
leave
did-
it be?
I'm like, I'll be back.
Okay. So you give them some space.
Go
She
find
looks-
the other two first.
Yeah. Looks back at you and is like, okay, you're leaving. Kind of sucks that you were only here for last night. But it was nice.
Wholeheartedly, I agree. But it was nice. And I will see you soon.
Is that a promise?
Yes. Well, I'm asking you.
It's a promise. And you feel that fey magic just kind of like swell and surge in that promise.
Good. And I lean down and I like kiss her cheek this time. And then I turn to walk and then I turn back. For your information, I did make my intentions clear with your mother.
She's like, oh. And how did that go?
Well, I'm not dead. So,
Very bold of you. And she just kind of looks back.
I told you I was taking this seriously.
Not serious enough. And she grabs your collar and kisses you again. She's like, okay, get out of here before some
Well,
fey
if you keep
capture
doing that,
you.
I'm gonna never want to leave. So,
She kisses you again.
Tom's gonna
And
go
then
back.
she's like, okay, go. Just go. Please. Please. Be safe.
I
Bye.
will see you soon.
Armand, please stop talking to me and just leave.
It just
And
red face.
Yeah.
but smiling and like kind of like skip to my step, but not quite skipping.
yeah, so you go skipping around.
Walking on sunshine.
Eventually, a condescend, you bid farewell to all three of your sisters and your mother. Is there anything you'd like to RP among them?
Good. Hibiscus. But I should go easy on the poor boy. It's his first time.
She's like, don't tell me what to do. I'm gonna miss you though. Hugs you back.
He's back.
And then Juniper, I imagine she's probably out training. And she's kind of keeping to herself. Seems like she had a very late night as well.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
It's just
She's just like punching a bag.
emo boys, really?
Kinda like looks back. She's like, she punches the tree that she's boxing on really hard, like the wood splinters. And she looks back. She's like, "Don't fucking judge me." Some of the broads I've seen you flirt with.
Sure, not kiss.
Caspian is an acquired taste. Give you that.
You hear about hibiscus?
What?
I mean, I had a good general idea of what was going on. Why? Does anything else happen?
Apparently, I've keep an eye on someone in video playing. Because they're courting. And wait, it gets better. He asked Mom for permission.
No.
And somehow, he did not turn into a plan.
Oh, then it. Oh no. She has time to think about it.
He's fucked.
She just starts laughing. She's like, "Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to get to him. It's probably good he's leaving, honestly." Yeah. Oh fuck. That's gonna be great. I really hope I don't miss that.
Oh, I want to see what happens if Dad finds out.
Oh man. Oh, should I tell him? Or just as soon as he gets back off the rip, if like things are good, should I just? be like,
Whichever one.
"Hey."
Whichever one.
I mean, I'll say Orchid might be the one to just tell him. It'll be more subtle, but it might come as more of a shock that way.
Yeah.
Well, do the best you can to prepare him. I look forward
I
to
have
that
warned
day.
him already,
Cool.
and I have threatened to, whatever. He helps on his sister. So I've threatened, if he starts treating, hibiscus bad, I'll mess with his sister.
Oh, that's kind of your funeral, too.
I mean,
Hey, if that's your idea, go with it. The Salazars are not to be trifled with, is all I'm saying.
and you are pneumoniums.
Correct. You are correct in that regard. Well, I'm gonna miss you.
I just no. Nope.
Shit.
No.
Shit.
Our babies are gonna be unstoppable.
Oh, yeah.
She kind of punches you in the arm. She's like, I'm gonna miss you. We'll come visit once things calm down a bit. Especially since it seems like Hibiscus might want to sneak off more than usual.
Apple Grove. The cut down tree underneath it. There's a very circle. Reach right to that island.
Oh, okay.
Wink, wink, nice.
Appreciate that. She like turns and goes back and just keeps boxing and like this tree splintering, and you see after a while there are some fairies that kind of buzz over and they start to druidcraft and mend the tree. The tree regrows its bark and its branches and everything. And her wraps on her hands aren't too dissimilar from that Adora has. That she's just training, and, like tossing some stones and tossing a few cavers, just kind of doing some lightweight training stuff.
Tossing a caber, lightweight train, sure.
Oh no, yeah.
For her.
It's a practice one. It's not like a full-fledged one, but she is quite strong. Nonetheless, Orchid being the last of the three sisters, and you find her, and she's doing her thing.
Did you sleep?
She just kind of looks at you a little bit tired. She was just like, She kind of wipes her eye. She just yawns.
Grabs her by the scruff of her gown and just drags her to her room. Come on.
She just like dangles, and she's like, wait. She signs. She's like, wait. She looks back and gets the vials, and you see there's like this beautiful flower, kind of like the one that she was messing with the night you found her.
Yep.
And she's trying to extract what looks like some nectar from it. And she has a vial of it, and she pockets it in her bag and puts the flower back and plants it among other flowers. And then she's like, okay, time to go. And she just lets you she just like gets on your back, and you piggyback her into her space and kind of lay her on the bed. And she's like, I'm gonna miss you, brother.
I'll be back.
I'm sure.
Sounds like that y'all are gonna be sneaking out soon, so.
Okay, I'll be there.
Sit, sleep.
Okay. And she just kind of like turns over in her bed and like pulls the blankets over herself. And soon enough, she's
Touch her head.
pats. Yeah, she's fast asleep. Cool. Eventually, you all regroup, unless there's anything else.
Sure, we left these two alone.
Sylvana and Elandor look at all of you as you have collected your things, and you travel down the spire of the Heart Tree, and Lilly waves you all goodbye with some hugs and gives you some extra food or rations to snack on as you go. And you all take your leave of the Domain of Delight and head back out into the Feywild to the Fey Crossing. And that's where we're going to go to break. So, hydrate. Take care of yourselves.
Go pee.
Take the doggo out. Pet the cat. Love the pets. Do the thing. We'll be back in just a moment. going great. Cool. So, you all traverse through the Feywild, and it's a good hike. It's not exhausting, but Sylvana knows the way and is leading the way, and Elandor's kind of bringing up the rear, kind of making sure you all stay as a pack together. And there's a few close calls where you come a little close to other domains or other Fey creatures that are a bit more on edge, and you kind of sense this tension, but, you know, Sylvana kind of talks them off, or you just take a wider path, kind of detouring around certain locations of interest or other domains as you follow this one river that eventually leads to a clearing, and you see a familiar tree on a hill, and you walk past this crossroads and back down, and you see the old oak crossing. And it's weird because the distance you traveled from before, it's much shorter now, as the Feywild constantly shifts. But coming to the Fey crossing, speaking the Sylvan words, the sap spews out of it and opens up the crossing. And one by one, you all enter through it back into the cold air of the grove in winter in the prime material plane, instantly missing the sun and the sweet scent of the Feywild, as it is the middle of the night and you see the sun or the stars and moon and clouds, and in the prime material plane it's like a half moon. It's nowhere near full, and you think it's a receding or a waning, going into like a waning gibbous technically, and you just kind of all walk back together collectively to the grove, and Sylvana just leads the way, and she turns before you reach the gates, and you see a few familiar faces up above at the post, and she looks and is like, "You all have been through a lot, and I think you've all earned some time off to take care of yourselves. I expect your parents to possibly respond in the coming days, and if they will make an appearance themselves is entirely up to them. And from my understanding, the structural damage that was done to your home, you're welcome to stay with me and your grandfather, or you can stay in the barracks. But it is not a suitable place to stay, and we've posted guards on the lake shore to ensure that nothing else happens. I am to understand, based on recent events, that you had a falling out with your brother. I was not told anything beyond that. But if you feel like you are in any danger, you are also welcome to stay in our lodge or the barracks, whichever you prefer, if home does not feel safe enough for you. This is a safe place, and we'd like to maintain that, and it sounds like your brother overstepped some bounds and may need a reminder as to how things work here and how we maintain order and peace within these walls. As for you all and your post, you will no longer be taking guard duty. This is not a punishment. I'm going to start putting you all on patrol. This is a shift in your training tactics. And tomorrow, we will be continuing your training. Unless you feel like you need more time.
Good.
Elandor just kind of looks back and goes, I know she sounds like she's all business right now, but please do not feel like you cannot be open with us about current state of things. I can sense from many of you that the recent adventure was taxing emotionally upon you. If you need time, you should take it. There's more than enough fellow Ashkeepers to guard the walls and go on patrol. And your training, well, you've passed with flying colors thus far, so I must admit my wife has gotten creative with the upcoming exercises to test your capabilities and allow you to learn some new skills to help you survive future encounters.
No, I'm good.
I'm ready.
The vacation somewhere. Mama does sound nice, though.
I'd really like to get back to work.
Very well. And he just kind of like growls and rolls the shoulders and just kind of walks back, and she looks to you all and goes, very well, well, unfortunately time is different here looking around because it's the middle of the night here, and the Feywild, you were there for what felt like honestly only one day, but it was probably like 2 or 3. And just because the sun wasn't setting, and then it did set, and then there was the storm which blacked out the sky, but it wasn't nighttime, and then there was a night, and you slept through the night, woke up, and it was still nighttime. And you don't know how much time has passed from the prime material from when you were in the Feywild, but you don't think long, because it's still winter. But she looks back at you all and goes, well, I'm going to retire for the rest of the evening. I will be up. If you should need anything, I've had suitable amount of rest, and I order you to take care of yourselves as your new commander.
If we have to.
You must. Please.
Lyra talking. Comes going to try to pick Ariadne's pocket. Like, I'm taking my first.
Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
Inspiration.
Okay.
What is he doing? Picking Ariadne's pocket.
Anyone want to help me? Distract her?
This is all you, broski.
I don't even know Ariadne's pockets. I don't even know she has any money. So
I would help if I knew that that's what you were doing.
Yeah, but this is like all you being stealthy stealth mid-conversation.
Use no inspiration.
Use another one?
Nope.
It's too cool.
What'd you get?
7.
7.
Usually a lucky number, but not today, folks.
You see her bag and you kind of like reach in and start like reaching around for stuff. And like before you kind of begin to feel something that resembles that of like a coin purse perhaps, or the coin that was given. And as you kind of get a grasp on it, you like reach in and like tug, and your arm kind of gets stuck on the bag. And then she like turns her head very rapidly, and then you just hear as she turns around and backhands the shit out of her. And she's like, keep your fucking hands to yourself. She kind of like fixes her bag, like looks at you, cuts you a dirty look.
Hey, you can't get rid of that for that. Swingler.
Casting spells is expensive.
Bullshit it is for you.
I gave y'all a discount compared to what the infirmary would have charged you, so there's that.
Working covers like the bill I charged us. You were charging extra.
You could take that up with my superior, Evangeline. And she just smiles and looks
I'll
at
take
you.
it up with her superior.
Sure, do whatever you gotta do, but the gold that was willingly given to me is a well appreciated tip. And she just winks and looks back at you.
I like this one.
And she begins to walk off into the grove and was like, well, it was great venturing with you all. I really wish we could do it again sometime, but I gotta go report back to the infirmary and help with all of that, so. Honestly, though, it was kind of a fun adventure. Kind of broke up the monotony of just being here and feeling like I really wasn't doing a whole lot. And it's cool to hang out with y'all, so thanks for that.
I'm sure we will use your services again.
No, we will not.
Either way, you know where to find me.
Uh-huh.
She just kind of waves and heads off into the grove by herself.
Akanatum.
Mm-hmm.
A word?
Just one?
Several.
I just marched to Onaz's house.
Okay.
It would be most useful if you would take this somewhat seriously.
Mm-hmm.
It starts snowing.
When you transform,
Mm-hmm.
is that you or is that something else? Or rather, someone else?
Yes. And they tend to all natural shapeshifters in a way. All of us have, saying two wolves inside you. Prime situation. All they have usually winter or summer. Mostly one towards the other. And can shift over years if persuaded. The other one's technically me. But if I was of the Winter Court. Bloodthirsty
And your preemptive apology.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Is
yes.
that- Is that for the purpose of putting the other you down, if need be?
If
Is that what you want?
I'm not sure yet.
I do not like secrets.
Come was your secret.
Technically, I didn't know.
Can you brought up? It's something, also something I don't like to talk about
Understood.
for reasons.
I told Adora that if need be,
Mm-hmm.
I would not hesitate to let you down.
Good, I know she would.
As long as I have that understanding with you.
Mm-hmm.
You and I don't see eye to eye.
Well, yeah, you're way up there.
Again,
Zing!
I asked you to take this seriously.
It's just me taking it seriously.
And I won't say that I necessarily like you.
Mm-hmm.
But I do not want to see you hurt, and I do not want you killed, and I don't want to be the one to kill you. But if these were you trusting me to do the thing that I know our friends would not,
Why else would I give him to the guy who doesn't like me?
then you have my word that it is a last resort, but one that I will follow through if need be. And I put out my hand for you to shake. And I turn to go home before. And I do really care about your sister.
Oh, I know. I'm not going to eat revenge.
I know. And
You're so fucked.
I turn and I walk towards home for my funeral.
Okay. Where are you heading?
Odd or even.
Ah!
Oh,
I don't like when you do
Odd.
the odd or even.
It'll go to the lodge. Even it'll be the barracks.
Okay.
Yeah. Even. So the barracks.
Okay.
To avoid
Mm-hmm.
said conversation.
Okay. Yeah, you have your own room and space there and a bed, and Vizar just kind of looks and he's like, "Hey,
Are you kidding me?
I'm gonna head home. Actually, I'm gonna go
Wait.
fix stuff up.
What? Why?
Cause just if we leave it, all the weather, the elements are gonna get in there. All of our belongings are gonna get ruined.
Oh, I thought you meant you were leaving.
No, I couldn't leave right now. With everything that's going on.
I'll come with you and I'll help.
No, you go get some rest. I'll go. I got a lot on my mind anyway, so I'll just go. It's minor magic anyway. It's not. Get the house at least sealed off from the elements, and then I can go back tomorrow and
I'll come
check in.
check in morning.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Be safe, please.
You too,
Yeah.
and do sleep.
In the barracks.
And he kind of stops a moment, looks back at you, sees everyone else kind of walking off, and he's like, "Yeah, well, we should talk tomorrow.
Okay.
Just check in. I just need to check in. Nothing
okay.
crazy."
Okay.
And then he walks off. In the
Weirdo.
snow, he's kind of cold. He's like, "I heard that." And as you're walking away, snowball hits the back of your head.
That was really cold.
And he walks away. He has a flame in his hand. You see like a candle just kind of walking off in the distance, out of sight. Everyone returns home. You're all well rested, so it's kind of tough finding sleep. But it's kind of like getting off of a plane in a new time zone. You just kind of like wait a bit, and eventually the sun does rise. And, it's still cloudy, so it doesn't last long. But then the gloom and the snow continues on a new day. And morning comes. Before that, I'm gonna backtrack a little bit because I was a little bit ahead of myself. Armand, you get home.
Ah, shit. I thought I was going to avoid that.
I almost forgot, but I didn't.
Great.
You don't even get inside.
Nope.
You see, standing outside, there's like this running water that's like spilling over the steps to get up to the porch. And you see your mom sitting there in the swing. I imagine there's like a swing on the porch.
Yeah.
And she's rocking in it. And it's just watched you walk all the way up the course-way through the neighborhood, past the other houses and everything. And it's the middle of the night. And you see the snow landing on her, just steaming off. And occasionally see the of lightning sparking around. It's melting the snow around her. And she's just kind of standing there, watching you approach as you track up the steps. And then just kind of stand there in front of you. Well, and she just looks at you. You left no note, no nothing. You were on watch. I was worried. Sylvana comes and says something about visions, or
She would be Molly Weasley.
and
No.
you. As she looks, and she's like, and then you run off to the Feywild, and Lilly sends me a message saying how you're safe and you're with the others, and you've been gone for days. I haven't slept. And she just looks at you.
I'm sorry.
She's like, inside the house right now. That is not good enough. You're too old for this, but you're grounded.
I have patrol.
I don't care if you have patrol, you're grounded. I don't care if you're all grown up now. This is ridiculous.
I go to I walk inside very head down. Very,
Yeah, she escorts you inside, and behind just kind of the wind just slams the door, and you see your siblings peeking out of their rooms, and they don't dare wedge it a tiny more than a sliver as they're just like fearful. And her voice is booming, and like she's not being quiet in the slightest, and she kind of like turns you around and looks at you. She's like, do not ever do anything like that to me again. Do you understand? Don't go running off like your mother on some grand adventure with your friends and leave me here and to deal with. Your siblings need you. I need you. You. And she just hugs you.
And I hug her back, and I'm just like, lo siento, mama. I didn't mean to worry you or upset you.
She just exhales deeply and kind of calms down a bit, and you feel her heart racing, and it's kind of gone back to a normal pace. And then she sniffs you, and she's like, you smell so sweet.
Oh
My goodness.
I was
Were you
with,
rolling around in flowers?
I was with Hibiscus. You remember Akhenaton's sister?
She's like, wait, what? She like gives you an eyebrow and look. She's like, you know I'm your mother and you can tell me anything, right?
I like her.
Mm-hmm.
I may have kissed her more than once.
I'm proud of you, kid. Your mother's gonna kill you, though. You know that, right?
I know.
How did everyone else take that? Or do they not know?
Oh, they know. It's very public.
Is it now?
I'm courting her.
Go to bed, young man. We'll talk about this in the morning.
I go to my room and then I go, Mama,
Hmm?
I'm beginning to understand what you meant by personal responsibility.
Is that so?
And for all the trouble that I have caused. I am sorry. And I give a really deep bow to her.
She kind of sighs and just looks, and she's like, you are your mother's son. That shit may work on me, but it's not gonna work on your mom.
I know.
I'm glad you're home and you're safe. I assume the others are as well,
They are. Everyone is safe.
so I don't need to vaporize anyone.
No.
Understood.
I would also appreciate it if you didn't vaporize Hibiscus when she comes to visit, because she will, eventually.
Okay, ground rules. And she sits there. There will be no sneaking in and out of this house.
Okay.
Everyone who comes into this house will come through that door and greet me
Okay.
every time they arrive and every time they leave.
Mm-hmm.
3-inch policy on the door. Stays open.
Okay.
Understood?
Understood.
You have younger siblings in the house.
I'm aware.
Alright, get out of here before I change my mind.
Okay, good night. I go straight to bed.
And you head to bed and you're just kind of there in your room, just kind of marinating over all of the thoughts and the emotions and everything.
I have the locket open,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just listening to the music, and the music I think eventually lulls me to sleep.
Okay. Cool. And that brings us to a new day as you all wake up in your respective spaces. Gather for breakfast within the Fate's End Tavern or otherwise. So what's everyone going to do in the morning before you resume your training?
Go check out my brother.
Okay.
I'm in Leonas's house.
Okay. So you head back home out of the barracks. You see some other guards and folk just kind of coming back from night patrol or the watch and switching out shifts, and they're updating the board with chalk, and you walk out onto the streets and kind of have to bundle up again, bust out the layers because you're in a colder climate once more. And you walk along the shore and you see the front of the cave has been restored. That of a home front with walls and windows intact. The door's mostly intact. There are some splinters in it still. And inside you can see the arcane flashes of light, and you see Vizar is currently holding a dragon scale over objects and is just fixing broken vases, broken drawers that go into that large dresser that was thrown, fixing the tables and other knickknacks. There are books covers were torn off and papers all over the place, and he's kind of recollecting those into his hands, and the seams are stitching themselves back together and fixing those objects, and he's placing them back in their respective spaces where they should go. And he doesn't really take notice of you as you approach. The door is open. You see there's some snow, and it's kind of melted, and he has the fire going, and he's trying to break all the broken objects, but also has swept the floor and got most of the other random debris closer to the door to get swept out.
She grabs the broom and just, you were always too good for this place.
He just kind of turns and looks back. He's like, what?
Your heart, you're so good. Always fixing, and look what you did. You fixed this in a night.
I mean, don't get me wrong. You see he has dried blood under his nose. You could tell he's pushing himself archaically with what his capabilities are. He's like, this is lower tier magic, honestly. It's simple mending. Just fixing broken objects. And he's holding a metallic kind of copper dragon scale in his hands, and it's useful. But I don't know, what are you talking about all this good nonsense for? I mean, we're cut from the same cloth, you and I.
Yeah. You're better, though.
Bullshit. I have my moments. We just haven't been together in so long.
Yeah. She starts sweeping.
He just turns back and keeps fixing stuff, and he's like, so, I mean, I can obviously see things aren't great for you right now, and that bugs me.
She's been hard.
Yeah.
I feel like a part of me really had to almost die so I could be what I need to be now.
You're starting to sound like Dad. Jeez. What happened?
A lot. Do you remember Alexander?
Mm-hmm.
A lot happened when he was last around, and not all of it was good. And I needed to do things to protect this family.
Okay, now you're kind of starting to scare me.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to. We're okay now. It's just... I thought for a while that I needed to keep my distance from you and
Oh.
from everyone, and I don't really want to do that anymore.
You shouldn't. You don't need to. So, you've just been toughing it out solo, all lone wolf style, huh?
I am my father's daughter.
Yeah. I know I take after Mom, but still. Come on.
I know. I really messed up this time, though. I hurt people that I care a lot about, and I don't know how to fix it anymore.
Well, how best can you start?
I don't know if I can now.
Oh, don't give me that it's too late speech. And he's holding like a broken carving that your father did. And he's like, given time and the proper resources, and the copper scale glows, and you watch as like the wood chips splinter from tiny pieces, and it begins to fix itself. And you see this like wood carving of Quay, this displacer beast that was whittled from wood, just reconstructs itself in his hand. It doesn't matter how many pieces something gets torn into, or how badly it gets destroyed. Even the most unbreakable objects can break and can be mended. And he sets it down on the table.
Show off.
Well, a lot of arcane lectures will get you very, what's the term? Poetic, I guess.
She takes her sleeve and she wipes his nose.
I know. I keep telling myself I'm gonna stop, but it's just not right seeing home like this.
Go sleep. I have a bunk over in the barracks.
Ah, it's fine. We just slept back in the Feywild, and things are weird, and I couldn't really sleep anyway.
Do you want food?
Food sounds great.
Come on, let's go to the tavern.
Okay, I'll take a break, but I'm not going to sleep.
Okay.
He like rights himself, goes and like grabs a jacket. And it's a little bit small on him. He's definitely outgrown it. And
Did you get muscles while you were gone?
no,
Okay.
Okay.
did you?
Yeah, duh.
I can tell. Yeah, no.
So you want to talk about them, nymphs?
It's a nymph. and she's fun. She's different.
Do you remember her name?
Yes, I know her name. I'm not gonna tell you her name.
Why?
Because once you know the name, things get complicated, and I promised her that kind of keep things just between us.
If it gets serious, will you tell me?
I mean, maybe, I guess.
But we're twins.
I mean,
Like
you
this
zero
one
pull
card.
that card. Yes, if things get more serious, sure, I'll tell you. I mean, yeah, you kind of told me what's going on with you, but I don't know, mine's not. I don't know, maybe it is serious. It's complicated. I was drinking. I don't know. I don't regret it, but it was definitely impulsive on my part.
It's okay. It's okay to have fun. It's okay to also end up taking things slow if you want to.
Kind of looks at you. You could tell that there's something that, like, he's working towards maybe getting out, and he's kind of stopping himself, and he's like, if I'm being open and honest with you, there is someone else, which complicates things.
School?
Yeah.
So this wasn't your first time?
No.
I was wrong.
I did meet someone. She's great. She's from Avernus. She's she's unique. She's kind of like us. She's infernal but draconic, which is great. But her lineage is complicated. And in truth is kind of part of the reason I'm here.
Okay.
She just wanted to help. I just wanted to help her out with some stuff, and I thought while I was coming through, I would check in, and then shit popped off with you all, and that kind of took precedent. So yeah,
Well,
she's not expecting me back or anything, and like we don't have any official status or whatever, but we work closely together on a few projects and late night studying and casting and whatnot and practicing.
Studying and casting is what they're calling it.
Whatever.
We're studying chemistry, biology, anatomy.
Real talk though, however I can help. I'm here.
Cool. Honestly, I'm worried that you might tear each other apart.
I'm nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're nice. I also heard that you shot a rabbit at like over 200 feet away at night in the snow. So there's that.
Yeah, but that's to show off.
It was a damn good shot.
It was a fox.
He doesn't remember. But yeah.
If she's important to you, then I'll behave.
Promise?
Promise.
Okay.
Let's go get food. I'm hungry.
Okay. You guys continue walking to the Fate's End Tavern, where eventually the rest of you gather. So, Armand, you are cut loose. Yolanda basically gives you the spiel again in the morning, but basically says you're on probation, where you're allowed to go to patrol and do your duty to the guild, but outside of that, you're picking up extra chores at the house, you're watching your siblings a little bit more, and you are cooking with Regina. So you're learning to cook and do meals and prep and
Oh, I'm gonna become a house husband.
basically giving you all of the things to keep you out of trouble.
Yeah. That's fair.
But you are cut loose and allowed to go meander with the rest of your crew before you go on patrol and grab something to eat. And coming into the Fate's End Tavern, you can see that there are some brawls happening inside of the Crucible. There are some combatants throwing down early in the morning. It looks like it's just warm-up sessions before a tournament of sorts. And it's a bit rowdy, and there's some folks kind of talking and training, kind of changing and coming out in just kind of brawler's gear and whatnot. And Sam's keeping busy bringing out food, and it's kind of the breakfast rush. So you take your usual table, and one by one you come seated once more. And yeah, you're all just kind of gathered at the table, awaiting the summons of Sylvana for your next training exercise.
Oh man.
You're not dead.
We don't know that yet.
No, that just means. No, that just means they're letting the other one take care of it. Which means it's going to. We should start measuring for a coffin.
Bizarre's like, so, how did it go, Armand?
Drinks tea.
Well, they're
You're
not
alive.
and surprisingly unsinged by lightning.
It could be worse.
It's going to be worse.
Okay.
The other one's coming.
Give him a break.
And they're catching up to you.
I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yeah, it's good to see you more of yourself.
As nice as the silence was, it is good to see you back to your old self.
You're good? You're quiet today.
Quiet all the time.
There's quiet. There's a door quiet. And then the all sound gets up towards you quiet. Like a black hole. Like,
I'm all right.
It looks like they're doing that like brawling thing. You should join.
Maybe I will.
Get that anger out. Or frustration.
You think I'm frustrated?
I do.
I think it's good to punch something every once in a while, and sometimes it's good to punch a face.
surprised you haven't done that to me yet.
Let me get some food in me first. Order food.
As you go up to talk with Sam to order food, Vizar kind of like walks over to you and like just kind of leans on the edge. He's just like, hey,
Hey.
wanna talk? Shit's weird, and I don't like it.
You know things are always weird with me and your sister.
Yeah, but weirder than normal, which is like even more weird. I could be using better words, but you scare me a little bit.
Aren't you the smart one?
I make people think that I'm smart.
Fair. I like tap my fingers on the bar. Things are weird.
Okay.
I don't exactly know how to talk about it. But I think that for now, keeping a bit of distance between the two of us is probably for the best. Vivian and me. You and me are cool. You don't seem to think that that's the right idea.
No, I know my sister and I know you. It's like... I don't know. I'm not trying to overstep any bounds, but I just care for you both. What you have is genuine. And I don't want to force you both to... Things were better. Shit's different. I just want to help, but I also don't want to overstep. So I don't want to push anything, but I think you both can overcome this. You usually do. She kind of told me about what happened. A little more so than what I've been picking up on since I've been here, but, you know, she didn't, like, betray or trust or anything. But I also have twin sense, and it's fucking hurting my brain.
still kind of mad at her for calling my mom, or for having Lily call my mom. So.
I mean, can you blame her though? Like, Conatum went fucking beast mode and almost murdered Armand, and you all went to the Feywild, and Lily's probably contractually obligated to say something because she's a Fey, and probably promised all of our parents that she would say something if something happened. So there is that.
But I was fine. There was no need to drag my moms into it.
What's wrong with your moms?
Nothing. Nothing.
I mean, obviously there's something wrong.
We...
Wait, did you run away from home?
What?
He is the smart one.
It's just like, because like last time I wasn't there, you weren't there. I talked to your brother, and he was like trying to find you. And then I saw him, and then that was fucking crazy. And then I'm just trying to fill in the blanks. Again, if I'm too much, just tell me to fuck off. But,
I left.
okay.
I left. I came here.
Did you like have a falling out, or were you like going through a phase and they were like, live your life, or like what happened? Your moms are great. I mean, yeah, Cass keeps busy. She's like kind of running shit, and Anais is like got a full plate too, but like she's not playing general like Cass, so not playing general. She is the general, but whatever, you know.
I miss them. But some bad stuff happened while I was home, and I don't think I'm ready to face them yet. And now they may come here, and I don't know what I'm going to do.
If they show, are you gonna take off?
I don't know.
What if they don't show?
Then I'll keep doing my job.
Okay. Just kind of nods. It's like, you know, I know things kind of are a little bit different since you both have been whatever it is you are, but I'm always here still.
I know.
It's just trying to herd two displacer beasts in an open field is fucking impossible. I think if you guys really just sat down and talked, it would be great, but I know you both, so distance is good, I guess. It's better than Brawl of the Century, which I would prefer not happen, so I'm content.
I'm sure there will come a day where we will sit down and we will talk about it.
Okay. I just worry about the both of you, and you both deserve to be happy, and since I've gotten here, you seem like two of the less happy people, which is weird. And then Tom wasn't himself, and Armand is stressing over stuff, and it just seems like y'all have a lot on your plate, and I've just been thinking about when we were all running around as kids, and missing that. I get we grow up and things change, but just kind of accepting how things are.
And everything changes, right?
Yeah. Like the seasons. Just smiles. And eventually Sam comes out with a platter of food. It's like, here you go, friends! And sets down this delicious smelling breakfast.
I take the whole platter and I
Yeah.
look at Bizarre and go, what are you going to eat?
And he looks, he's like, right. He looks at Sam, he's just like, I'll have some of that, and maybe a little bit of that. And Sam's like, coming right up, and goes into the back, and eventually comes out with more platters and sets them down at the table so we all sit and continue eating.
Oh my goodness.
With breakfast being had, you all finish eating your food, enjoying one another's company. I imagine it might be a little bit quiet, but you get your food down, you're feeling refreshed and revitalized, and Sylvana comes out into the space and just like, good morning, everyone. I hope you are well rested and well fed. Might want to bring an extra water skin or two to make sure you hydrate. We have a busy few days ahead of us.
Days. Sure.
Days, yes. I'm going to be putting you through a rigorous training. Going to push you to your limits. Try to find where you all are and help you be the best you can be, both on the battlefield or in the wilderness, and just set you up with tools for success. If you are interested in learning said tricks of the trade and ways of the world. Question.
Does my mother know that it's days I'm grounded?
It's not continuous days. You will have your evenings off as normal. You'll be able to rest. We're not leaving the grove.
You still get grounded.
You see Vizar's just kind of like, I mean, you're kind of in some deep shit, so.
Come snap his fingers and a coffin appears behind our mom with his name on it.
Sylvana's like, you will be returned home every night to serve out your sentence.
I will take a grounded over a dead any day. So.
Fair. Hey, at least your grounding is you have to do chores. I got turned into a sheep.
You see Vizar's just like,
War flashbacks.
yeah, Feywild flashbacks. He's like, it's not great. So she looks at you all and goes, all right, let's get this started. And we're going to start a training montage. Okay, so you all are taken out to the lake shore. And Sylvana's standing out there and goes, our first exercise is a simple foot race. You are going to run the length of this lake around one time. And you see Elandor there takes the paw in the snow leopard form and claws it into the rocky shore in the snow, kind of like marking a start/finish line. Goes, the exercise is simple. You must conduct this foot race together and get to this finish line. Simple as that.
Together?
Together.
At the same time?
Just looks and goes, I suppose that is open to your interpretation.
It's a foot race.
It is a race. Good luck. And you see Elandor just kind of waits as you're all standing there, kind of expectantly, and then just and gives a leopard roar. It's like you both all kind of stand there and wait and look at each other. And go ahead and make athletics checks for me.
Oh.
Hey, bye, fools.
Whoo, 26.
Nice.
22.
What'd you get?
That one.
Ooh.
For 3.
What'd you get?
22.
22.
14.
14. So, Armand, you all sprint and you're running around the lake shore, around this massive lake, and it takes you a good, 10, 15 minutes to finally get a lap around. And as you do, Armand, you cross the finish line first, and they're standing there waiting expectantly. You kind of catch your breath, and then Akhenaten, you follow behind, followed by Adora. And then Vivian, you bring up the rear, and you tripped on some river rocks and actually fell onto the ice in the lake and are dripping freezing cold as you cross the finish line last. And Sylvana just looks at you all and goes, well done. Exercise incomplete. Go again. And you see Elandor just kind of roars again as you all stand there, kind of blinking confused, having done a lap. Insight?
Insight.
Go ahead.
Oh,
8.
That's just about
18.
a lot.
15.
21.
Okay.
Oh, wait. 22.
Nice. Due to their demeanor, and especially Sylvana's smile, there's something you're missing about this exercise. You can't quite grasp what, but it's more than a simple foot race.
Well, it can't be a
Cross
simple.
the line together.
Is he actively chasing us?
Who? Elandor? No, he's waiting with her.
Well, it can't be a 4-foot race. I don't have feet.
What was the rules again?
To elapse the lake shore and cross the finish line.
Armand.
Together.
I went the other direction.
Okay. Go ahead and make an athletics check as Akhenaton takes off backwards.
I go
I
to
feel like he's wrong.
I feel like he's wrong also, but I also feel like we need to be together, so I take off after after Tom.
I push Vivian ahead of me, just like, go. I'm behind you, go.
Okay.
Okay. I'll give you the help action on it.
Okay.
Are we making athletics checks again?
Mm-hmm.
11.
Oh, you said
Nat
advantage?
20.
Ooh, nice.
Oh my god, a 5
So-
plus
So 27.
7.
Okay. Out of curiosity, do you just go around the whole way because you're kind of leading the pack?
I would like to say that that if she's slowing down and I'm behind her,
Yeah.
I just pick her up and just start jogging with her.
Oh,
I was gonna say I did the same. That like if I come up on, because I got a 23.
Yeah.
So if I come up on Tom, like I'm gonna pick him up and try and keep pace with Armand and Vivian.
Try to slow him down.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so you pick up Vivian and like help Vivian like kind of keep pace, and you're freezing cold at this
Yeah.
point. You're like almost near fighting exhaustion from hypothermia, and Tom, you're racing out. Your hooves clattering against the ice and the rocks, and Adora comes sprinting up behind you, gaining ground, and eventually.
I'm gonna
rushes
see
the rest of that team.
Legolas in the 2 towers doing somehow doing a device physics and jumping swings up and up on her shoulders.
Okay. So you are now on top of Adora, and Adora, you're now like holding and balancing Tom. You start slowing down, and you both begin catching up. And as you're running around, you elapse about halfway, and continue running and running. And you're getting exhausted. You're tired. You're physically exerting yourselves, and you all cross the finish line together. And Sylvana looks at you all with a smile and goes, "Well done. Exercise completed. Good use of teamwork." And you see.
I dropped Tom.
I break her, like push Vivian down.
Just kind of laughs. Landor's like, "Well done." She goes, "We'll continue your training tomorrow." And you all are cut
Oh,
loose.
that was it?
Another night. Yep. Simple
Don't
as
question
that.
it.
Next day of training.
Training montage.
Training montage.
Do.
Sylvana
Insert
stands.
music.
Yeah, you are now inside of the denser part of the outer grove, in amongst some trees. And Sylvana looks at you all, and she holds these colored cloths in her hand, 2 colors each. You see 2 brown colored cloths, 2 green colored cloths. She goes, "You will need to split into 2 teams for this exercise. It does not matter who is who." And she just holds them out. And I'll explain the exercise from there.
Green.
Okay, green.
Brown.
Okay, brown and green. She goes, "You may be familiar with the game Capture the Flag. Each of you will be having a flag, a banner that you will need to protect, while also trying to obtain the other team's banner. You must work together and coordinate your efforts to protect your flag and obtain your enemies in this exercise. I wish you the best of luck." And you see she goes and starts climbing up a tree nearby and gets a vantage point. And you see Fletching the owls just kind of like circling above. And Elandor's kind of like walking and kind of keeping pace with you all. And just like, "You, brown, that way. Green, you go that way. Just follow the ridge line in the trees and you'll find your banners. When you hear my roar, that means go." And just kind of looks at you all. "Good luck."
Wait, are we collecting other teams' banners?
You're trying to get ours. We're trying to
okay.
get
Yeah, essentially capture the flag. You're
Okay.
guarding your banner from the enemy team, but also trying to obtain their banner at the same
You want
time.
to run a block?
Okay.
You're probably a better blocker.
Run a block.
Okay. So, let's go ahead and roll an initiative for this.
Yeah, 20.
Woo! Conatum leading the pack.
7.
Armand with a 7. Vivian, what'd you get?
13.
13. What'd you get?
15.
Alright, so we got Conatum and Adora. And then we got Vivian and Armand. So, find your flags, these banners with the phoenix crest of the guild, but dyed brown or green, standing there with a wooden post in the ground in the snow. Conatum, you start things off with Adora.
You play defense, I play offense.
That's the plan.
I sneak up into the bushes.
Okay, stealth check.
$18.
18. Okay, feeling pretty stealthy as you're trudging through the snow and kind of like creeping along through the vegetation. And Adora, you're staying back, playing defense.
And I'm gonna block the flag with my body.
Okay, cool. Vivian and Armand,
Um,
you see your flag posted up between some trees and some other vegetation in the snow.
I'm defense, she's offense.
Okay.
So I'm gonna, like, do some acrobats into the tree
Okay, cool.
and try and swing from the trees.
Okay, go for it. Go ahead and make an acrobatics check.
Do I have inspiration?
I don't think so. Let me double
I
check.
don't.
I think you use them all.
Damn. Okay. 4, 6, and
10.
10. It's you're going through the
Okay.
trees. It's not horrible. You're kind of making some ruckus and you catch your footing, almost falling a few times, but it's nothing you haven't done before.
Okay.
Let me just double check the
You don't have
inspirations.
inspiration.
I think you're
Oh, yeah, I think so. I remember now.
Unfortunately,
So is Armand.
yeah. Okay, so going through the treetops, Akhenaten, you are stealthing through.
what am I doing?
Wait, oh sorry. What are you doing? You're playing defense, right?
I'm playing defense.
Okay.
But
But how are you protecting your banner?
I have my shield up. I'm not planning on like using Esteban today.
Okay.
But I do have like a rage on. So I'm like extra locked in and alert a little bit.
Okay. So you go ahead and make a perception check for me.
7.
Okay. Cool. Keeping a vigilant watch over the ways, you see Vivian disappear up into the trees. Conatum, as you're stealthing through this area of wilderness, you hear the movement in the branches above and see Vivian crossing over the midway point, and you see Alandor just kind of sitting there, marking the halfway.
Discipline for hurting.
Okay.
You're raging. Paralysis only gives you an extra spell skill, but while you are raging, you can add your strength modifiers of your other stats too. You acrobatics,
Oh.
intimidation, perception, stealth, or survival.
I mean,
you
perception still would have been a 9, but
Okay.
But it
Hey,
does help.
it's a little better.
hell yeah.
So you're just rage looking around at everything. Cool. But yeah, you see Vivian cross over in the trees above, maybe 30 feet above in the branches.
Can I
As you're
see
stealthing
him?
through, I need you to make a perception check.
Okay.
Perception.
Perception. Oh, of course I'm terrible at it. 3. The fuck? These
You
dice.
You do see Alandor just kind of sitting there, and he gazes up at you as you go running along, but you don't clock anything else as you're briskly jumping branch to branch, kind of moving closer and closer towards the enemy's banner. Bringing us to Adora. Yes. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Sneaky goat, sneaky goat.
Come on. I think it's a plus. Yeah. 22.
22. You begin to hear the movement in the trees getting closer and closer and closer. You actually see Vivian maybe about 60 feet away.
But I didn't
Getting
roll a
closer.
stealth.
Oh, were you trying to stealth?
Yeah.
Okay, then roll a stealth check for me. Retroactive stealth
22.
check.
She's theoretically should be at least
16.
16.
2.
So you don't see Vivian, but you hear Vivian, or at least someone in the trees, jumping through. You hear their approach from above.
Sneaky. I step back closer to the banner.
Okay. brings us to you as you see the enemy banner. You see Adora, who's currently guarding it with the banner to her back.
And I've got my shield up.
Mm-hmm.
I cast Infestation on Dora.
Okay.
Back to the right, still.
What?
Infestation.
Con save?
12.
It's a con
Go ahead
save.
and make a Constitution
Come
saving
on, fire,
throw.
you got this.
Oh yeah. It's a 22.
What happens on a successful save?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Cantrip.
Do I know?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to cast infestation.
What does this magic look like as you cast Infestation?
She's trying to cast bees
Okay.
to like kind of distract and
I see a beast.
and they're like they get to a certain point and they like fizzle.
Okay.
'Cause
I
it
like
didn't-
frown. Really?
And there's a moment of panic because it's almost like a bunch of a ground hive just kind of
Yeah.
comes out and like
And then they just go away.
gets you in your form, and then they just kind of fly off.
Interesting. Eyes on the trees. Gonna have to do better than that.
Still your go.
I try and leap down to grab the flag behind Adora.
Already?
That's a 30-foot fall. If you're okay with that, it's a risky maneuver.
I'm gonna try and do the acrobatic tumble as I do it.
Okay, so go ahead and make an acrobatics check for me.
Okay. Come on. 3.
2.
That's 20.
17 plus 6.
Oh,
Perfect.
nice. Yeah. You come bounding out of the treetops and impact a snowbank, reducing some of the fall damage, and roll out into the snow, and you're about 10 feet away from Adora, who has the banner behind her. You do take half the fall damage.
I was trying
Do
to
I hear the impact?
Yeah, like you see Vivian come falling
I was
tumbling
trying
out of
to
the tree.
do it close enough to
No,
where
I
I can
know.
grab.
No, I
but
know.
Fair.
You rolled really, really well. Had you rolled higher, even though you have a higher bonus, I would have given it to you. So you take 14 points of bludgeoning damage from the fall. You fell from pretty high up.
Just
But
like
the
fair, I
snow
think.
definitely.
It's like, are you
softened it.
crazy? Do you know how? Oh my god.
That brings us to Armand.
Risky moves.
Things are eerily quiet on your end. You don't hear or see anything. Okay.
Perception. Ooh, 16.
16.
Still got
Yeah.
19.
Still don't hear or see anything out of the ordinary, and you're keeping a watchful eye over everything. The banner's still behind you. Is there any actions you want to hold on your turn, or
I'm gonna hold a. Like, if he goes to, like, leap for the flag, I would like to hold a grapple action. Or, like, what would it be
Yeah.
called
it's
if
grapple?
I see him and I immediately just go to backhand him with a shield?
That's an unarmed strike.
That's an arrow.
Okay, then.
But you could flavor that as a trip attack. You could
Yeah.
flavor that as a shove attack to shove away.
We'll go with a shove attack.
Okay, so you're holding a shove in case someone approaches and tries to take the banner.
Was I supposed to roll my road dice for this initiative?
You certainly can. Okay, Conatum, you're stealthing up. You see Armand there. Keep vigilant.
How high is up the
keeping
bear?
The banner? The banner's like on a wooden post and is a long hanging banner
Uh-huh.
with the sigil. And I'd say above Armand's pretty tall, so Armand's kind of blocking most of it. I think at the highest it's like an 8-foot wooden post. And like it's kind of one of those banners you grab at the lower part and like you carry like an infantry soldier or something, something like that. Just a wooden post that's in the ground.
I'm going to continue to sneak up behind him.
Okay. Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check for me.
Uh,
How would I?
This would be against your passive perception. Which I think, if I have that info.
This is a 13.
Okay, 13.
Alright.
Nat 20.
23.
Dang. Okay. You're keeping vigilant watch, looking around. Don't hear or see anything. Konotom, you sneak up behind and remove the wooden post from the ground. And just fucking hold your breath and back away in the snow, following the footsteps you already made, just kind of creeping away. Yeah, you're just keeping vigilant watch, and unfortunately, due to the successful sleight of hand check, you think the banner's still posted in the ground behind you because you don't hear or see anything. Going to Adora. Just to clarify, you do have to get the flag to the midway point back to Landor to complete said exercise. So on your next turn, you'll get a chance to notice if it's gone or not, just in sense of all fairness. But Vivian is in front of you 10 feet away, just rolled into the snow, and you have the banner at your back. And your shield is out. Your runes, what runes you got?
I got. First one was. Can you go back, please? I get the sap condition
Okay.
on my arm strikes.
Mm-hmm.
Sap. So it was the. I get resistant to necrotic damage.
Ooh, okay.
And then, what is this one? One more. Sorry. Resistant to necrotic. And I'm immune to being knocked prone.
Okay, cool. So, Vivian is there across the way. What do you do?
I grin, and then I run full tilt at her to grapple.
Okay, go ahead and make an unarmed strike. And this is against your armor class of, I think, what, 15? Okay.
Dirty 20.
30-20, that hits, so you are grappled as Adora just runs up, bear hugs you, as you're still kind of wincing from the pain from the fall, and covered in snow a bit, and you kind of like fight against it.
Just let me go.
I just gotta keep you from grabbing this flag. I'm just holding her.
Okay.
I'm probably holding her with her feet off the ground. Like,
Okay.
Just like picked her up.
I'm gonna kick your shin.
Okay.
She's wearing greaves.
I've got I've wrapped both arms, so I've got her arms
Yeah.
and her feet are free, but I'm just holding her off the ground. Like,
Okay.
Come on.
That ends your
My
turn, yeah?
grandma.
It's my grandma.
And I want to make a good impression.
Why?
You know what? I don't have to tell you anything.
It's your turn.
Okay.
You can try to break your grapple.
You can. Contested athletics.
Athletics. It's a save.
Oh, is it a save?
It's a save.
Is it a strength save?
It's a strength save.
New rules, who dis?
No rules. Who dis?
I have advantage to end the grapple condition.
You can.
Yeah, if you're being grappled.
I was just.
Strength or dex.
No, yeah. I appreciate it.
Strength or dex saving throw.
Oh, okay.
Strength or dex?
Yeah.
Saving throw is 8 plus proficiency bonus plus strength.
So you're
16, I believe.
okay.
So
Dex saves DC 15 save.
Okay.
It takes you.
Oh. That's an 18 plus 4.
Damn. So Vivian squirms free from your
And
grasp.
I kick your shin or your kneecap
Kick kneecap kicked.
to at least stun you to let me go, but not wound.
Yeah.
Hey!
And then I run for the flag.
Okay. Yeah, you run over into the banner and grab it.
Yep.
And it's no longer held in the ground anymore, and you have it in your grasp, and it's definitely a two-handed holding situation.
Oh, I was
You
just
have
gonna
it.
take the actual
Oh,
flag
you're gonna
off.
rip it off?
Yeah,
Okay.
it off.
You just you rip it off, and you have the banner now in your possession.
Shove it in my shirt.
Okay. That ends your turn, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, Armand, it's your go. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Ooh, finally. 18.
18.
Beat you.
Things are so quiet, they're too quiet. And you catch this just chuckle that leaves
I
the lips, and
immediately,
you swing around.
I would like to say that as a flavor, I turn bright green eye from the rage blazing, but also it just goes lightning.
Yeah. And you notice the banner's gone, and you see the hoof prints in the snow leading away.
Oh, I'm
And you
running
hear
it
this
down.
fucker laughing
I'm
in the
running
distance.
you down, motherfucker.
Okay, go ahead and make an athletics check for me as you are dashing.
14.
14. Go ahead and make it just, I'd say, you were maintaining stealth, so I'd say you didn't get super far, but let's make it a contested athletics check as you hear Armand raging after you. Yeah.
Not 20.
Oh shit! You're like fucking like Looney Tunes, like fucking Scooby Doo in the air, legs running for a minute.
I swear. Maybe.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
And then Armand just like you're running, barking coming off, and it is a race between the both of you as you're running back towards the land door. You can't quite see him yet, but you have another round of probably running to get back to the middle of the area that you are doing this exercise in. You're catching up. You're made. You kind of had a little bit of a jump on Tum with the laugh giving it away, and you're giving him hell and chasing him down. And he's got the banner. He's just looking back at you, and you're just full tilt running after him.
I want to like leap and just like tackle.
Okay, yeah. Depending on what the dice roll, we'll see if that becomes a possibility. You continue running. Armand is pursuing. It's your turn. What would you like to do?
How far am I from the goal?
With your movement,
I have 25 movement.
35.
So
and
70 dashing.
yeah, I'd say ending this turn, you can see a Landor, and he'd probably be about 50 feet away from you.
You're dashing.
Yeah.
I lose.
Yeah.
Well, not if you did.
Not unless Armand catches up and then pins Tum for a round. It's possible.
Okay.
Ooh,
Not out of the race yet.
I'm gonna pull Vivian. I'm going to. He's going to use his mythical leap to jump up into the trees and just boing, 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 boing.
Okay, so give me a acrobatics or athletics check for me.
I was pretty clever with that.
Yeah. I'd say this is definitely actually more acrobatic than athletics. Athletics running on the ground. This is very acrobatic, jumping through the trees.
Yeah.
19.
19. Nice. Yeah, you jump up, catch a branch, jump again, jump up into the trees. And Armand, you're like tracking him down, trying to not run into trees yourselves as you're kind of catching up on the ground, but keeping out of reach up in the trees 30 feet above. Does that end your turn?
I'm that.
You're dashing, yeah. You got one more round and then you might
Yeah.
seal the deal
Of
if you
course,
get the banner.
I do something else, but I already have movement action to dash.
Okay. Adora. Back to you.
Actually,
Vivian has torn
Wait,
off the
can I have a free? Can I have a like a funny free action?
Sure.
I'll use minor illusion and Benny Hill music.
Oh, okay. You start hearing disembodied music playing.
Oh my god.
This is a serious training exercise.
Yeah.
Go into it.
Yeah, Adora, it's your go.
I think in the moment seeing Vivian like the moment kick me in the shin and then run over, grab the flag and shove it in her shirt. In a moment of like panic, I think to try and best like make my position the best I can, I get big.
Okay. Your form swells and grows as you.
And then I go for another grapple.
Okay.
Because I know that she has the flag in her shirt, so instead of trying to get it from her, I'm just gonna grab her. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make another grapple check for me. This is against your AC. A lot.
Huggies.
Okay.
It's 18 plus 7.
Yeah, yep.
25.
Goes over and grabs you again, and this time you're grabbed by a large-sized Adora, as you feel like a child getting picked up by a parent.
What the hell?
Hey, I'm just trying to win here.
So am I.
I don't have
I have a lot more to lose.
lose.
Yeah.
We're training.
Okay. And you heard her when we first got here. When she first got here?
Are we just gonna stand here and have this conversation?
No, let me go.
No. So I'm just gonna.
I'm gonna try and
Yeah, it's
get
your
out of
turn
here.
again. Yeah. It's dex save against 15.
Okay. Wait.
Remember?
You try to struggle and get free, but the enlarged form has
big
got you
now.
like a few more feet off of the ground, and you're struggling.
Yeah.
Because I didn't like being kicked in the kneecap, so now
I can kick you somewhere else.
you kick me in the thigh.
Okay.
Hurt less.
Cool. That brings us to Armand. Armand, you are giving chase to Akhenaten, who's now jumping through the trees.
I want to throw my shield at him like a frisbee.
Okay, full ass Captain America shit. Okay,
Yep.
so this would be. You don't have like a shield master or any of that.
No.
So this is an improvised thrown attack. So just go ahead and roll a. This is just a d20 plus your strength, I believe.
Yep.
Strength mod.
So d20 plus 5. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
13.
13. Does that hit your EC?
Nope.
Yep. You just throw the shield just goes and hits a nearby tree branch and just clatters down and lands into the snow, missing Akhenaten.
Away!
You motherfucker!
And with that, as you continue chasing and using the rest of your movement, Akhenaten, you come jumping into the trees and leap down. As you impact the snow with a heavy impact, you take like 10 points of bludgeoning damage on the fall. It's not bad, but you come rolling out, you see a Landor there as you have the banner in your grasp, and you present it to him, and he just roars, and you both hear it as the exercise comes to an end, as it seems that Akhenaten was the first one to bring the flag, enemy flag, to the middle point of the exercise, and you end your rages, and you all regroup in the center, and Sylvana climbs out of the tree, and she's
I like
Check out my shield.
the roar happens, and then I go to drop you, and I hesitate for a moment, and then I get small, and I put you gently on the ground. I would have fallen over, but I'm immune to being knocked prone right now. So. I just go.
yeah, yeah. And then,
You're gonna push
when-
me,
yeah,
like
the runes like glow like before you're shoved to the ground.
Try it again.
I'm just
Hell.
like brick wall. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. This is new.
Whatever.
Picks
Hey,
up a snowball.
hey,
Okay.
you're not mad, are you?
No.
Highly annoyed, irritated. Armand's mad.
Highly annoyed. Irritated.
Sylvana's like, well done. Great exercise. Go home and get some rest. We have something else for you tomorrow. And she takes back the sashes and the banners. You know, wow.
Pulls it out from her shirt.
She's like, interesting tactic. Okay. And you see Landor just kind of laughs and goes, you're doing well so far. Keep it up. And continues walking with her. Another day of training montage. This one is a climbing exercise. So you all awake and you see this large wall that's kind of grown out from there's like a grass bank and some trees. You actually see some marks where some people have been climbing this wall before. It's just kind of like a free climb bouldering type situation. And you see at the very top, kind of on the tree branch that sticks out from the rock wall, there's a bell.
Yeah, I'm not part mountain goat.
So
I dip
Vana
my
just
hands
kind
in
of looks
chalk.
back.
Clap them together.
It goes, similar to the lake, this is a climbing exercise. Ring the bell. Good luck.
Together?
Just kind of looks at you. Open for interpretation.
Throw me.
I think we have to get there at the same time.
Throw me. We said we think we're gonna work together.
I take my cloak off and I take my weighted shirt off.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, who's getting on my back?
I'm climbing. I like to climb.
Throw me.
I throw Tom in the tree.
Go ahead. This is an improvised thrown weapon, so strength mod. D20 plus strength.
It's a strength check.
Yeah, so just your
I
strength.
get advantage on strength checks.
Or you're raging? You get
Well,
big?
I'm not raging. I'm big.
You're still big? Or did you get...
Well, this is a different day.
Yeah,
so
so
I
you
got
got
big
Oh yeah,
again.
this is a new day.
So I got big again.
Yeah, okay.
To throw
Yeah.
Tom so I can throw him better.
Cool.
And
okay.
when I'm big, I get
Yeah.
advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws.
Yes, this is a strength check.
First one is a 26.
Okay.
The second one is a 25.
So Tom, you get picked up, fastball special through the air as you just the wind goes through your hair and your clothes as you rocket up past the bouldering wall, up near the trees and you hit the embank of dirt, like 10 feet under the bell, and your like head and horns are stuck in roots and dirt, and your hooves are dangling, and like you are like worried that if you pull yourself free, you're just gonna fall about 40 feet down the rock face, back down to the side. But you are currently up there, and you see Elandor just like, Sylvana, she's just like, right. And the rest of you, if you'd like to make acrobatics or athletics checks to climb the rock.
I climb.
No, shit.
11.
11, okay.
22.
Okay.
14 plus 7.
Sure.
21. 21.
14 plus
7.
21.
21. 18.
18, alright, nice. Climbing up, you get different handholds and you have to do some like toe hooks and like really kind of like use all minimal climbing knowledge that you have.
I try and help Armand out and just like go slower
Okay.
with him.
And you actually kind of like see the handholds and see where Vivian is like kind of finding grooves in the rocks and the different ways to like position the body and like anchor yourself in, like using your elbow or your knees and like twisting your body, and you follow suit, and as you all begin to climb up this rock face, you eventually reach Tom, who's like still stuck, then finally gets free and grabs onto some loose roots and doesn't fall completely. And as you all begin to climb up together, you all reach the top relatively at the same pace. You're much taller, so you don't have to cover as much area to get
just,
up
like,
there. Like you can
help.
kind of reach the bell, and you see everyone else kind of climbing up alongside you.
And I'll help, like, as I'm, like, up there and I'm waiting for the others to join, I'll, like, help, like, guide them up towards the top with my big hand.
Cool. Okay. You eventually all climb up to the top and ring the bell. And Sylvana's just like, well done, you could come down now. And you all climb back down together, land, kind of dust yourselves off a bit from snow or dirt. She goes, well done. And you continue the day with some other climbing exercises, but we are going to end the session there for now, and we'll pick up this training montage next session.
Hell yeah!
Training montage.
Training montage. But thank you all so much for watching. We really appreciate the viewership. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video. So good night, everybody.
See you
Stay well.
It's 2:30 in the morning.